What's up, guys? Titan Lifestyle. We're getting all set up, getting everything lined up with the main screen. You guys can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. So also Instagram too. So check us out.
You can get some shout outs. You should be popping up on Instagram right now. Alright, man.
What's up, guys? This is Titan Lifestyle. I'm Big Dru. You know how it is. Every Friday, Titan Lifestyle here. We go over topics, we go over therapy of the week, and we also talk about Titan events. And my favorite part is Q&A, when you guys ask a lot of good questions. So the more questions, the better. It keeps me interested and keeps you guys being informed of the proper information that you guys need for our therapies. Anybody online right now, let's go ahead and start out with some shout-outs. I don't know if Art, if you could pull it up on the screen. Here we go. We got the Jack Cookie Monster in the house. We got Econ. We got YG Lee. YG Lee is always locked in. We got Mike Odell, Mark O1583. YG Lee says, how's the weather in Florida? It's beautiful. Beautiful every day. Every day it's about 85 and sunny pretty much every day. Nighttime, the coldest it gets is like 65 recently. So sometimes it's 70 at night too. But I mean, again, you can wear a t-shirt every day, all day, tank top every day, all day. So yeah, pretty soon. The only thing with Florida, though, is next month or so, it's going to start raining every day in the summer. The difference here in Florida when it rains as opposed to up north, it only rains for like an hour or two, downpour, and then the sun comes back out and it's dry again. So, yeah, pretty much 85 every day, and it's going to start raining every afternoon soon. But, again, it doesn't affect it much. I would much rather be in 85-degree weather than being, 45 or 55 degree weather. So the one thing about the hot that people don't realize, when you get hot, you just get hot and you can cool off. But when you get cold, now you have to worry about sickness. Now you have to worry about a runny nose. You have to worry about missing work. You got to scrape your car windshield if you live in a cold weather area. The car takes longer to warm up. Your body takes longer to warm up. So once again, I'd much rather be hot. That's why you guys always see me hooded up. More shout outs. The Punisher 80, Quartham 77, The Real Handman, IT Matt 17, Monica Cox joined, The Punisher 80. So we got a lot of people on. Johnny, yes, it's still ISYMS. Yes, it definitely still is my ship. Here we go. Punisher 80 said, just got here an hour ago, bro. Already beachside. Yeah, it's beautiful down here. I'm not sure what side of Florida you're on, but
Clearwater. He's going to come visit the office.
Clearwater, nice. Yeah, if you go to Clearwater Beach is good. It's one of the main popular beaches, but it gets real crowded. So if you want a busy beach with restaurants, nightlife, Clearwater is the way to go. If you're looking for like a low-key beach, just the beach itself, not a lot going on, I'd recommend St. Pete Beach. But there's tons of beaches, whether it's busy or not busy. And again, you can go to the beach pretty much all year over here. The wintertime, it gets cold. During the day, we have streaks. But then again, there's been Christmas days where it's been 80. So it's beautiful. Jacqueline Ray joined. Monica joined. See who else. See you guys Tuesday. Great. Hit me up on IG before you come in, Punisher, on Tuesday. I live close by. I might come by and give you a shout out, or we'll take some pictures, or maybe even get a workout in if you about that life. So Werner Brace, Malvin, sorry with these name guys. Malvin Beck 822, Zippo Rah, I'm not sure how you spell. Jaqua, people become depressed and unfriendly with harsh weather. We can't go to the gym when snow closures. You can't eat favorite fruits. You can't wear bikinis. That's exactly right. Cold weather will destroy your joints, destroy your immune system. And again, a lot of places close down and, makes it harder to drive if you're in the snow. And it's just a mess. So I moved down here. It's been a while now. It's 2005, end of 2005. So as soon as I came down here, I never went back, never had a desire to. So if you guys looking to move to Florida, it is a little bit, cost of living is up now in Tampa, but it's definitely worth it. Yucky Vila, Fern Dog, 57, King Royce, I Am Rambo just joined. Punisher with the dap, appreciate it. Yeah, you got the collide right there. I like that. That's how I do it too when I do mine. So I have BB Pro. Neil just joined. Shout out to Neil. Neil, I heard you doing the Masters Olympia. Is that true? I'm not sure if that was you, but I heard that Neil's doing the Masters Olympia. If you are, congratulations on the nomination, and I'm sure you're going to kill it. Cortland Adams. Got a lot of people on here today. I love that. Guys, shoot me questions. I see a lot of people on here. If you have questions, shoot them to me. It could be about therapies, it could be about nutrition, dieting, pretty much anything. I'll answer any question within reason. This is a family show, so I can't get too crazy. But shoot me some questions. I'm here for the next hour, so let me know.
All right, you want to inject this?
Let's jump into this topic. Actually, let's start out with the therapy of the week. Therapy of the week, BPC-157. It's an oral peptide. It could also be an injectable. I recommend the injectable, but again, you can get it orally too. It's going to help your tendons, ligaments, and muscles actually repair. Not just numb the problem, but repair the problem. A lot of times, if people have back pain, elbow pain, knee pain, what they do is they take, whether it's over the counter or prescribed pain medication, what that does is it numbs the pain, but then you're still, if you have ligament damage, you're still grinding, you're still causing more problems. So what happens is if you take those painkillers for your injury, it doesn't heal the injury, it just numbs the pain. So then you scrape and grind the tendons even more. Once the pain medication wears off, now you need even more. So basically just get you hooked on pain medication rather than fixing the problem. BPC-157, it's going to actually repair your ligaments, tendons, and connective tissues. So it's actually going to heal the problem rather than just fix it. It's an injectable therapy. You just spot inject closest to the pain. So if you have pain in your elbow, it's a slight right underneath the skin near your elbow. It doesn't have to go in the muscle or the tendon. Don't go near the tendon or any bone. Just a soft place, small injection, and again, it'll slowly start repairing itself and slowly start going away. One thing good too with BPC is it actually helps with sunburn. So if you guys have any sunburns or you've been out in the sun all day, it helps with that. Any type of recovery or repair with the skin, muscle, connections, joints, bones, ligaments, tendons, everything actually heals it. So if you guys have tennis elbow, if you guys have been lifting pretty much every day for years and years like I have and your ligaments hurt, I would definitely recommend this. I wouldn't recommend any type of pain medication because again, that's not, all that doing is just band-aiding the problem rather than fixing it. And again, we service all 50 states. So if you guys are interested, call 727-389-3220. We can get it out to you. King Royce is asking, is there any therapy that you do while taking BPC-157? Now, what I would recommend if you really want to, get a little bit more for your ligaments and connective tissues, I would go with TB500. TB500 is another injectable therapy. You could actually spot closest to where the pain is, just like the BPC. They work great together. So BPC-157 and TB500, take those two together, and you'll almost for sure start feeling less and less pain over time. Now, again, this isn't something that you take. BPC is not something that you take, and all of a sudden, as soon as you take it an hour or two later, you start feeling the pain go away. Again, it's not a painkiller. It's not any type of pain medication. You have to get time to let that start working, the ligaments, connective tissue, and all that stuff to get going. So if you've taken it for a couple of days, you're like, oh, I still have pain, give it time, let it slowly repair itself, take it as prescribed by a medical provider, and over time, you'll slowly see the pain go away. And once the pain goes away, chances are it's not going to come back because you actually fixed the problem. The ligaments and tendons that have been damaged are actually repairing themselves. So once the pain goes away, still take it as provided, but if you all of a sudden have to stop one day, it's not like stopping pain medication where as soon as you stop, the next day your elbows are hurting. It's going to actually fix the problem. So TB500 is great to go with it. Again, it comes in an oral. We can make it into a capsule as well. But again, it's a lot better to go the injectable route. You're not going to lose anything. You're not going to excrete it out. If you use the bathroom, you're not going to sweat it out. If you have a high fat meal, it's not going to get lodged in the fat in your stomach and interfere with the absorption. So again, injectables, the best way to go. But if you do decide to go the capsule route, you can do that too. See what else we got on here.
He said he's going to be there for the Masters.
Yes. Okay, you'll be there or you're competing. I believe you're competing. I think I saw your name on the list. But yeah, if you're going to be there, it's going to be great. Again, the Olympia is in Orlando this year. Titan, we will be there. So it's going to be a great event. If you guys can stop by the booth, get a shirt, get some pictures, but it's going to be a great event. Johnny54 says, what do you think about enclomiphene? I think enclomiphene is great. And clomiphene can actually boost your test levels without even taking any type of injectable testosterone. So we've had patients here that take enclomiphene by itself, and we've seen an increase in their testosterone. So it's great to use. A lot of people compare it to HCG. One of the benefits of using enclomiphene as opposed to HCG is enclomiphene's not going to make your estrogen skyrocket. A lot of guys can't take HCG because their estrogen skyrockets, and then they have gyno, have all the problems associated with estrogen, even erectile dysfunction problems with the estrogen being way too high. So once again, I like enclomiphene better. I was taking HCG a few years back. Once I switched to enclomiphene, I feel a lot better. My estrogen levels are a lot better. And again, enclomiphene is a capsule, so you don't have to inject yourself. It's a lot easier to take. HCG, just because the reason why I'm putting those two together, because a lot of times people will either go HCG or enclomiphene. So HCG is something that you have to constitute, meaning that you have to mix it together, put it in the fridge, take it out of the fridge, and do your injection every time. Enclomiphene, one capsule every other day or every day, whatever it's prescribed by your medical provider, and it's a lot easier, a lot safer. Someone said, is taking 15 milligrams of enclomiphene daily too much? Again, I'm not a doctor. I can't let you know exactly how much is good for you. I would just ask the medical provider and see what they say. If you guys have enclomiphene and it's prescribed here at Titan, or anywhere else for that matter, if it's prescribed from an actual U.S. pharmacy, just look on the bottle. It'll tell you how much you need to take. So someone could do 25, someone could do 10, someone could do... I can't say specifically. I'm not a doctor. I haven't seen your blood work. And even if I did, I'm not a doctor. I can't make that decision. But just take it as prescribed. For me, I just take one capsule every other day. So that's just what mine is. So again, just do what works for you, and don't use your own dosing. Here we go. I am Rambo said, so I'm 59. There's an NPC open in November. Never been in a competition. I'm going to enter the over 50 physique competition. I take Cypionate. Any particular therapy you would recommend? At 59, you said you're doing to enter over 50 physique competition. So if you're doing physique, it means, if you guys aren't familiar with physique, it's bodybuilding. It's the guys that wear the board shorts, bathing suit style shorts, and their guys are always shredded. So if you're 59 and you're taking Cypionate now, I would probably recommend maybe some ECA. ECA is ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, B12, and chromium. That's something that you don't need blood work for. You just fill out the new patient paperwork. It's going to help you burn fat. It's going to help you have a better workout. It's going to help you breathe better during your workouts. Increase your body temperature a little bit, so you're fighting, so you're going to be thermogenic. And again, that's probably one of the least expensive therapies we have. You could take that. Depending on how much weight you need to lose, you could throw in some Aries, which is semaglutide, or AOD 9604. But again, if you're 59, you're getting ready for a competition, I wouldn't want to take anything that's going to make you lose too much, because you want to keep that fullness. So ECA plus, and again, if you want to increase your workouts, I'd also recommend Hercules Potion. King Roy says, what is your ideal workout split? How many days per week when cutting? Again, everyone's different. Some people can go every day. Some people need twice a week. My daily workout split is I don't really have a split. What I do is I just make sure I have in between 2 to 4 days rest on that body part before hitting again. So today I did triceps, which today's Friday. I might hit them again on Monday or maybe Tuesday. So as long as you have enough rest and as long as you're eating properly, you can hit it again. But again, if you're not eating in all your food, if you're not resting, you're not sleeping that much, it's better to rest first than go to the gym. So 48 hours minimum before you hit it again, if you're getting enough rest and sleep. Shout out to a lot of people on here. Yeah, everybody's. Amanda's on here. Amanda Snook. Shout out to Amanda, Fit Dad, Fire Medic, Tom D Monster, Blakely, JRGG78. I am Rambo. Said thank you. You're welcome. Any other questions, Rambo? Shoot me a shot. And good luck with your first competition. 59 years old doing your first show. That's impressive. So you'll be out there with a lot of these guys at 29 and 19 and 30 and 32. You're old enough to be those guys' dad. So I'd love to see you go up there and look better than those young boys. I'd love to see that.
That's it.
N1 Darn Knight just joined. That's one more shout out real quick. All right, let's jump into some of these topics. If you guys have any more questions, just let me know and I'll get to them during the topics as well. Topics today are kind of crazy. First one, 78-year-old bank heist suspect. And then she wrote in the note, I didn't mean to scare you. So pretty much, basically, a 78-year-old lady that has 2 past bank robbery convictions. So I guess she robbed a bank in California in 1977. And then she robbed another bank in 2020 while on probation. So and then she was on probation for the second robbery. So basically, she robbed the bank. 78-year-old woman, which is crazy. She robbed the bank at 77, got in trouble for it. You know, I'm not sure how many years later that is. About 50, almost 40 years later or so. She did it again, got probation, and now on her probation ended November 21, and then now she went into the bank. She's jailed right now, $25,000 bond. But basically, she went into the bank, wrote a note, and said, I need $13,000 in small bills. And then on the note, she said, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, which I thought was kind of funny. So, and then she reeked of alcohol and blah, blah, blah. But it just goes to show you, I probably don't think she would do this if she was sober. But then again, she's done it twice before. You never know what you're going to come across nowadays. I mean, it could be an 80-year-old person robbing a bank. It could be a 10-year-old. I saw a couple weeks ago that there was a 12-year-old robbed a gas station at gunpoint. So it's getting pretty bad, whether you're old or young. Luckily with this, no one got hurt. She was an older lady, and I thought it was funny that she said, I didn't mean to scare you. So that right then kind of like takes the pressure off the people in the bank. You know, so it's kind of like procedure at that point.
Nobody's getting shot.
Yeah, no one's getting shot. I don't even think she had a gun or a weapon. She basically just wrote it on a note, and then she took the money and left. And then when they pulled her over, they found banknotes, money all over the car, and she reeked of alcohol and this and that. So kind of a funny story. Again, glad no one got hurt, but it could have been worse. And again, I mean, I'm sure we're going to hear more stories about this, about older people or younger people. It's pretty bad when someone old does it, but again, I thought it was a lot worse when a 12-year-old kid did it at gunpoint, because he's basically ruining his life at that point. I mean, you're 78 years old, you've lived your life. I mean, it's not good to rob a bank, but the way she went about it was kind of like, okay, slap you on the wrist. I'm wondering if she's actually going to get jail time for this, because if I robbed a bank and then I robbed a bank 20 years later and then I robbed the bank 5 years later, I'm pretty sure I would get jail time. I'm pretty sure someone else would get jail time that's younger. Now, they're going to give her a slap on the wrist because she's older and give her probation again. Are they going to give her jail time? You know, how long are they going to give her? At 78, I mean, I don't think they discriminate on your age. I mean, they could still give her 20 years at 78, which is pretty much life. But I'm gonna do a follow-up with this and let you guys know what happened with her. See if there's any type of interviews with her once she's sober. If she says, you know, I didn't mean to, or blah blah blah. So, crazy story. 78-year-old woman robs a bank for the 3rd time. Crazy.
We got some comments for you here.
More comments.
We had Johnny ask about what you.
Johnny J 54 said, what's my current cycle? My current cycle is HRT, which is testosterone cypionate, 200 milligrams a week. Again, these are my doses that the doctor prescribed me. So if you guys hear this, don't be like, oh, I'm going to do what Drew does. No, do what the doctor told you to do. My current cycle is testosterone cypionate, MK677, anastrozole. And again, those are just what I'm, prescribed. And then I also take ECA Plus before I work out. I take Hercules Potion before I work out. And I take Titan Complete every day, whether I work out or not. So those have been my pretty much go-tos. I've been taking those for years now. I've tried other stuff with Titan, but those are my bread and butter. That's what's on my list every month that I get prescribed. And again, it's keeping me feeling good, keeping me good. I am Nart said, are you an athlete? Yes, I am an athlete. I'm a bodybuilder. I'm not competing at all. I haven't competed since 2020. I might go back on stage, but not anytime soon. I'm just, as long as my body looks a certain way, I'm happy. I don't really need to go on stage and, get all that nominations and stuff like that. So shout out to Scale, just came on. Skelton. Hey, Scale, the other day I was taking out my trash and I seen your name spray painted on a board. It looked like someone had bought a painting from you in my building. So I took a picture of it. I sent it to you. I thought it was kind of cool. I was like, oh, someone got some Scale stuff.
All right, let's go back up here. We only ship to the U.S., of course. So.
Rob Johal, he said, how can you get these products in Canada? Again, we only ship to the U.S. If you have an address, friend, family member, coworker in the States, we could ship to them and then they could ship to you. That's completely legal. We're not breaking any laws by doing that. But again, we can't ship directly to Canada. But anybody out there that's not in the U.S. that needs something, if you have friends, family, or someone that we could deliver to in the U.S., we could send it there and then they could send it to you.
Right. This one
Is BPC-157 good for a slight meniscus tear? If so, guess on how long should one take it? Again, it would be great. It's not even good. I would say it's great for a meniscus tear. I mean, it's almost, especially if it's slight, that means it could be repaired. It's not like fully torn off. So I would definitely recommend it with that. Now, with a meniscus tear, I would throw TB500 in there with that, just because it's going to give a little bit more and it's going to add to it. He's asking how long he should take it. Again, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you how long to take it, but I can tell you that it should work or it would work. Again, when you call in, just let them know your situation, let them know your injury, let them know what you want to take. And again, they'll let you know how long you could take it for. I am Nart said, nice muscular body. I appreciate it. King Royce, how do you keep your protein up when taking semaglutide? It kills my appetite, which is great, but I struggle on it. My macro targets. That's a very, very good question because, again, I have trouble with my appetite too, just because I have a fast metabolism. And a lot of times I really don't feel like eating, but I'll force it down. One thing you can do with your protein, get some whey isolate, not regular whey isolate. Add that to your meal. So in other words, if you're having, say, chicken and rice meal, add 1 scoop of whey isolate to your water. So it's kind of like, Yoo-hoo or chocolate drink with it. So you could add 25 grams of protein to each meal. And again, you could always do egg whites out of the carton. Those are safe to drink. Throw that in a blender with some oatmeal and some fruit. Blend it up and chug it down. That's what I do every morning. I don't feel like eating 3 bowls of food. So I'll just throw it all in the blender. Egg whites, oatmeal, fruit, cinnamon, honey, whatever, creatine, glutamine, whatever. And I literally drink it out of the blender, and then I'm ready to go. So don't be afraid to blend your meals. Skelton says, what do you recommend to get abs? The kitchen. The kitchen is the best place to get abs. I always have people ask me what I do for my abs. I don't do anything. I just eat clean, So the best thing you can do is to get your diet on point, lower your sodium, so you have a little bit less sub-Q water, drop body fat. Everybody has abs. It's just a layer of water and fat on top of them. So you have to take that water and fat off. You could do abs, sit-ups and stuff like that. But again, if your diet isn't on point, you're basically just going to be, you can't eat McDonald's every day and do 1,000 sit-ups and have abs. You'd be better off not doing any sit-ups and eating a clean diet. Low sodium, no lactose. Lactose destroys your abs. Lower your fat intake, and just find foods that literally pass through you easily and digest properly. A lot of times people feel like their stomach is fat, but it's just food that hasn't been digested. So find food that's going to digest, keep your stomach flat, keep your sodium low, keep your water high, and again, no lactose. Appreciate it. You're welcome for the. Is MK677 injectable? No, MK677 is actually a capsule. I take it every day. It helps me stay full, helps me stay strong. Again, it increases your appetite, so it helps me eat. It does make some people hold a little bit of water. Me, not so much. So if you're prone to hold water, it may make you hold a little bit. Again, it's water. It's not fat. And you're going to be increasing your lean muscle tissue when you take this. So you could take it first thing in the morning. It's a capsule. That way it's going to increase your appetite throughout the day. If you have a problem with overeating, just take it before you go to bed. That way when you're sleeping, your appetite's not affecting you that much. But again, it's just a capsule. You take one a day. And it's like the simplest thing you could take to get you strong, big, and eating. YG Lee said, can a high-fat diet interfere with the digestion of enclomiphene? It definitely can. Any high-fat diet will interfere with any type of medications or anything you're taking. The best way I can explain it is if you have peanut butter on a knife and it's sitting in your sink, and even if it's a soap-filled water sink, if you have peanut butter on that knife and it's sitting in the soapy water all day, you could leave for the whole day, come back. When you pull out that knife, that peanut butter is still stuck to that knife, even with the soap and water. So you can imagine what it's doing inside your stomach. It's just putting all that oil and grease in your stomach. So it's going to take a while before it gets away. Once you have a meal, it's going to get lodged in the grease and it can't just go away. So the least fat you have in your diet, the more you're going to feel any type of medication or anything you take orally. Even people that take energy drinks or whatever, if you have a whole bunch of fat, avocado, coconut oil, peanut butter, all these fats in your stomach, it's really not going to work. So I would recommend eating a low-fat diet or a low-fat breakfast and wait 1 hour before you take anything. You're a really good advice giver. Appreciate it. Hearts just joined. Chiron. Mr. Tech Programs. It's a new guy. I haven't seen Mr. Tech Programs before. Shout out to Mr. Tech Programs. Rob Johal said, would you say PRP or peptides like BPC and TB500 are powerful dish tear? Again, I would say I would definitely say peptides. BPC and TB500 is great for it. Again, you don't want to. If you guys are taking TB500 or whatever injury you're trying to heal, don't say, oh, just because I'm taking TB500 and BPC, I can go crazy in the gym now. If you have any type of injuries, you want to make sure those injuries are slow to heal. Otherwise, they'll come back. So don't just load up on the BPC and go train heavy at the gym with a torn meniscus. Let that stuff repair itself first before you go back. So YG Lee, always have the best answers. I appreciate you guys. Anybody else? Dwayne Shaw 69 just joined. Great questions, guys, today. Great questions. Let's check out this next topic. And again, if you guys got more questions, I'm here, so just shoot them to me. Next topic. This one's another crazy one. Serial sperm donor. Yes, serial sperm donor with 600 children ordered to stop. That's right, you heard it right. Basically, guy's been donating sperm, and he's done this 600 times. So basically, there's 600 kids out there that are his because he's been donating sperm. So basically, he's been ordered to stop doing this. Says a 40-year-old man who was fathered a staggering 600 children worldwide since 2007. So he's got 600 kids. He's been hit with a lawsuit because apparently you're only supposed to be able to do 25 children. I think you're only supposed to do 25 in a year. But basically he's been caught doing this before. A couple of the other articles were saying too that there's like a lot of incest and stuff going on because these people don't know. I mean that's a serious problem right there. We have 600 kids.
So you can only do 25 a year. How do you get away? Do they check your ID? Don't they?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It said if you let me see. There's one thing here. It says
donors are allowed to father a maximum of 25 children with 12 mothers.
Yeah, so you could only have 25 children with 12 mothers. So he's had 600. So he's way over. He began to plant seeds overseas using his super sperm to impregnate women from all corners of the globe. He even took advertising his services online, setting up shop on various sperm donor forums. So basically, he just promoted himself as a sperm donor and just like self-promoted and went all over the country. It says he's facing fines up to 110,000 USD. I'm not sure what type of, if he's going to get any jail time but I mean, that's just crazy. I wonder how many other people have been doing this. And I think this guy is like, has some type of mental issues. I mean, he has to.
Oh, wow. He didn't get anything.
Yeah.
He's just prohibited from doing it again.
Yeah. So basically nothing happened to him. He could face a fine up to $100,000, but I'm sure that's never going to happen. But I feel like this guy has some type of issues. I mean, 600 times since 2017. So he's only been doing this for 6 years. So in each year, he's done 100 children a year. That's crazy.
That's a lot of work, man.
See, one of these things people have to realize when they get these sperm donors, like women, if they, God forbid something happens, their husband or boyfriend or whoever, they can't get pregnant. If they go to one of these places, like, you don't know who these people are. Like, you don't. I mean, the guy could be a murderer. He could be crazy. Who knows? I want to know what kind of screening they do with these sperm donors because, I mean, yeah, they have to make sure that, there's no any type of diseases and things like that. But it's just nuts. I mean, you could be sitting side by, you could, potentially be dating your brother or your sister because you don't know, because it's crazy. That's nuts. 600. If you guys know how much you actually get paid to donate sperm, me and Art were talking about this before. Like, how much do you actually get paid? Because, I mean, it can't be that much.
Let me find out right now.
Well, I know basically you just go to a place and then, they may give you a magazine or whatever to help you or video, and you basically just.
This ain't bad. Up to her $780 a month, it says.
Yeah. I'm reading this now. We're pulling it up now, and it says online sperm donor. You can earn up to $780 a month. So if you're making up to $780 a month, now that's assuming that's the proper way. This guy could have been making.
Oh yeah, because he's going to different. Because all the sperm clinics, they don't have like database that everybody shares.
Yeah, there's no nation.
You know what I'm saying? So you could be right here, like there's all the donors, and then you can be over here. And you just walk next door and just donate. Right
Yeah. So basically, there's no database where they could track this. It's not like here at Titan Medical, where if you come in and a patient has been somewhere else and trying to get more prescription for us, it's going to be red flag right away. So that's basically how he's getting away with it. He's going to one place, he's donating till they say you can't go in here more. He's going to the next place, donating till you can't go here no more. I want to know exactly how much dollar amount he made from $600. Because if you can make $700 a month, and that's one location, this guy's done. I mean, he could be making thousands a month.
Yeah, remember, he's not doing it for money though, because he went to other places overseas, and they don't pay you for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He went to like a message board, like a Craigslist kind of place.
Yeah.
Like, if you need to get pregnant, I'm your guy. He don't care about the money.
Yeah, he's definitely got a. He's definitely got a. Hey, Karma's Logic. It's the wrong show for that. I appreciate it, but it's the wrong show for that. What's the difference between Hercules Potion and Nectar of the Gods? There's a slight difference. Hercules Potion is what I take before I work out. It's more of like a pump, stamina type thing. Nectar of the Gods has similar things, but it's not so much the crazy pump. So if you're looking for the benefits of what Hercules Potion has, but you're not looking for the crazy pump, you can go Nectar of the Gods, or you can take both of them. You can't take those two together. But again, I use Hercules Potion strictly from when I'm working out, or if I have a photo shoot, or if I have an expo, I want to have a little bit of a pump for the expo. I may, take one in each chest, do a couple push-ups, and I'm good for the day. But my choice is Hercules Potion, but depends what you're using it for.
You can go to the website to our signature injection tab and then see the ingredients there.
Yeah, you can see like Art said. If you go to if you have any questions about any of these websites, you can go to any of these products. You can go to the website and see the actual ingredients and put them side by side. IBB Pro News said he will never have to pay. Yeah. Have you guys? I know it's kind of crazy. I shouldn't be asking this on there, but has there anybody out there that's actually done this? I mean, it's kind of personal. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but since it is the topic of today, we have a lot of guys on. Are there any guys that have actually done this or have heard of someone who's done this? What's the process? How much do you get paid? How long does it take? I'm interested to see, this guy did 600 times. I wonder if he's literally making a living off of doing this. So that's nuts. That is nuts.
All right, we got one good comment down here.
What should I do if I'm skinny fat? If you're skinny fat, chances are, what a lot of people, if you guys don't know what skinny fat means, it means basically their body weight isn't that high, but they have fat in certain areas where they appear to be out of shape. So in other words, a woman or a man could be skinny arms, skinny legs, but have a pot belly. Or they could have, quote unquote, like a Humpty Dumpty body, so to speak, where their legs are really small and their arms are small, but their, midsection is big. He said he's skinny fat. He said he's 15 years old, 185 pounds, 5'8". I work out at home with bands. Well, you're the perfect age. I wish I would have worked out when I'm 5'8", 185. That's actually a good solid weight for you right now. I would recommend at that age, just keep on training like an animal. Eat good, never miss a meal. People are afraid to eat because they feel like they're going to gain weight. At that age, set the timer on your phone every 3 hours and make sure you're eating something, make sure you're drinking properly. At that age, you just want to pound the food, get plenty of rest. And if you want to put on weight, I would recommend getting away from the bands. It's good to use bands at home. But if you actually want to, calories burned are calories burned. So people think that if they have to lose weight, they have to do bands and cardio. You could actually get underneath some heavy weight and burn just as much calories, and you're going to give your body that pop. So again, if you're skinny fat, lift heavy on your arms, lift heavy on your legs, get your diet clean, don't miss any meals, and pound the water. Yeah, see, he said many people say all I have to do is just lift heavy. Yes, definitely lift heavy. At that age, I would say do like a body part twice a week. So you could do chest on like Monday, Thursday. You can have like maybe 2 leg days a week. Go as heavy as possible without injuring yourself. And again, at that age, if you go to a gym and you're not sure how to do an exercise, whether you're squatting, benching, just look around, find someone that, is in shape and looks like they know what they're doing, and just ask them, am I doing this right? Because you want to set a foundation at that age to do stuff the right way. If you're squatting over in the corner trying to get your legs bigger, but the bar's too high, your back's too arched, if it's off, once you do that repetitively by yourself, it's going to be hard to quote unquote teach an old dog new tricks. So make sure you're lifting properly, pound the food, and as heavy as you possibly can without being injured. Keep your rep ranges 6 to 8, maybe 10, but you don't want to be doing 20, 30 reps trying to put on muscle.
That's a good question. I like that.
Bad Boy Fit, shout out to him.
You want to shout out the events?
Yes, we got some events coming up. Upcoming sponsored events by Titan Medical. The Tampa Pro. Yes, the Tampa Pro is August 5th. It's going to be August 3rd through the 5th. It's at the Grand Hyatt, Bayport. So if you guys hear, where is it at? The Hyatt, Bayport, Grand Hyatt. Tim Gardner always puts on a great show. We are the title sponsor this year. So we're not just going to be there. We're not just going to be a regular sponsor. We are it. We're the title sponsor, the main sponsor of this event. Again, we're going to have free B12 shots. So if you guys need B12 shots, come by the booth. Real quick, you just fill out a form. Takes like 2 seconds, and you can get your free B12 shot. It's going to be a great time. We may have a special guest with us. We're going to have T-shirts, tank tops, leggings. We got crop hoodies. A lot of good stuff to give away. So come by the Tampa Pro. That's August 3rd through the 5th. It's at the Grand Hyatt Bayport. Tim Gardner Show, and Titan is the title sponsor. After that, Hurricane Pro. That's in St. Pete. That is October 21st. The location is to be determined. So that's another great show. Hurricane Pro, another Tim Gardner show. A lot of times people get Tampa Pro and Hurricane Pro mixed up because they're both Tim Gardner. They're both, in Tampa. So Hurricane Pro, that's going to be October 21st. Then the Olympia. That's going to be a great weekend. 11-2 to 11-5. November 2nd to November 5th in Orlando. The Olympia is back in Orlando this year. It's been planned to be in Orlando the whole year. So if you guys were at the Olympia last time it was in Orlando, it's not the same because it's smaller. That was during the whole shutdown where it was last minute. So this year there's going to be a lot of expo, a lot of vendors at the expo, a lot of competitors. It's going to be a great show. And again, it's only in Orlando. So if you guys are in the Tampa area, it's only about an hour away. And Orlando, comparing Orlando to Las Vegas is night and day. When you guys, all you guys that don't want to go to Vegas to the Olympia because it costs too much, you're going to be saving a lot of money coming to Orlando. The food is cheaper, the hotels are cheaper, the Ubers are cheaper, and it's a lot easier to get to and from the event as opposed to Vegas where you have to walk like through casinos and wait for Ubers, and it's a mess. So you're going to save a lot of money by coming to Olympia in Orlando, depending on where you're coming from, but it's going to save a lot of money. If you're flying in, you'll save money as opposed to flying into Vegas. That's November 2nd through the 5th. We're going to be right there in Orlando that same weekend. We finish up at the Olympia on Sunday, and then we'll be right at the Festivals of Speed, right down the street in Orlando at the Ritz-carlton. So that's my favorite car show. The Ritz-carlton is crazy. You're going to see Bugattis. You're going to see McLarens. Everything, Lambos, everything, Hellcats, everything's going to be out there. So it's at the Ritz-carlton. It's a great venue. It's behind the hotel, right along the lake, but they have all the vendors, and out there they have the pool. They do have food. If you guys like cars, supercars, this is where to go. I guarantee if you've never been to a car show like this, you've never seen this many cars. I mean, you're talking about dozens and dozens of Lamborghinis, dozens of Ferraris, dozens of everything. So if you think you have a nice car, this is when you pull up and you're like, wait a minute, my car's not that great. So come to the Ritz-carlton Orlando, November 5th. That's Festivals of Speed. Again, it's going to be a great event. If you guys want to check out the show from last year, you can go online too. We have videos of that. But those are the next coming events so far. We're going to be adding a lot of events soon. So if you guys are like, I thought you were doing this, I thought you were doing that, we got more events coming. We're going to be adding more events each week. So just stay on the website. Stay tuned in every Friday. Watch John on Tuesday. And again, we're going to be adding more stuff as it comes. 6H Brian said he normally does 4 times 20. 4 times 20 isn't bad. I mean, that's what I do sometimes. But at that age, at 15, if you're trying to put on muscle and trying to change your body from being skinny fat to being fit, I would recommend warming up You could warm up really, really light, 2 sets of 20, 25. But once you're warm, especially at that age when your ligaments are fresh, go heavy. Go heavy.
That's about it for now.
Shout out to Adam, just came on here. Shout out to Juan. Shout out to Steven. Shout out to Central C. Shout out to Truth Jordan.
That's it for now. Let me check the Facebook.
Let me check. I'm going to check and make sure you guys don't have any more questions on here before I go.
All right. I think that's it for now.
That's pretty much it for now. Again, great questions, guys. I love the questions. Next week, tune in. Ask me even more questions. Here's the time to do it. I'd rather you ask me or John or a medical provider here at Titan rather than Google, ask quote unquote Dr. Google for your answers. So we'll be right back. I'll be right back next week. Titan Lifestyle every Friday at 2 p.m. Make sure you guys hit the bell on YouTube so you're notified of videos like this. We have a podcast, so if you guys want to listen to me while you're cleaning or driving, if you can't actually watch it, you can check out that too. Check us out on TikTok, check us out on Instagram, and check us out on Facebook. I'll be right back next week, 2 p.m. Titan Lifestyle.